Hello and welcome back to my channel. Welcome to a brand new video. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Amelia and I upload all kind of book content such as reading vlogs, reading wrap-ups, you name it. And if you're not new here, then welcome back. For this video, we are doing a video that I've done a few times on this channel. I don't think I've done many times this year though, so I'm shocked. But it is one of those videos I do enjoy to do because it also kind of helps me dwindle down my TBR, but also dwindle down my series tracker because I'm in the middle of so many series. I have done a video where you can see the amount of series I'm in, so I'll pop the picture up here and try to put the link in the description, so you know, go check that out. I'm not going to go through them all today because we'll be here for like 5 minutes of the intro and I'd rather just get on with what I'm reading. So I've chosen 2 books and a half because I'm already in the middle of half of one of them and it's an audiobook, and the other two I do is I want to be reading physically, so I don't think it's cheating. But I already started reading the first half of it and I was like, I need to continue it, so I'm going to incorporate it into this video and hopefully finish it within this video. I am starting this video slightly earlier than planned because I actually had a week where I wasn't going to be filming anything, but I was just going to read a book for mood, read a book I wanted to read, but I didn't know what I wanted to read, so I needed something else actually what I was going to read for this video, so yeah. So for this video I'm doing a continued series that I'm in the middle of, if you didn't know and I wasn't aware and it wasn't obvious. So I've chosen the 2 books I'm reading physically are gonna be, all these books are romances, there's no fantasy. I feel like I did a lot of fantasy previously and I think for this video I need to do more romance books. I want to do fantasy because I feel like I'm in the mood for it, but I'm also not sure if I'm in the mood for it. But it's getting to that time of year where I'm like, fantasy is coming in my mind soon, yes. But the first book, well, it's not the first book I'm starting with. I'll start with the other one first. But one of the books is going to be The Wingman by Stephanie Archer. This is the 3rd book in the Vancouver Storm series, and there is a 4th one out, which is Gloves Off. But I obviously can't read that one yet because I need to read this one first. And this one follows Hayden and some woman. Hayden and Darcy. So I'm excited for their story. I'm intrigued to see what it's like. I've not heard many great things about this book, so I'm a little bit nervous, but I did enjoy the first 2 of the series, so hopefully I'll continue to enjoy the series. And then we've got one that's been on like every TBR, I swear, this year for me, but I need to actually get to it because I've had it for like too long and not picked it up, and it is Love Unwritten by Lauren Asher. This is the 2nd book in the Lakefront Billionaire series, and I read Love Redesigned and I loved it. From what I remember, it was one of my 6-star reads of 2024. I don't remember what happened in it because it's been so long, so I can't even say if it's still a 6-star. So I have high hopes for this book, but also not, because so many people have not liked this book, so I'm scared. But I love Lauren Asher, so fingers crossed I can enjoy this book. This is the book I'm starting with because it is chunky and I would like to take this one on first, so yeah. And then finally, the book that I'm doing as an audiobook mainly, but might pick up as well, is Taming 7 by Chloe Walsh. This is the 5th book in the Boys of Thomas series. This follows Gibbsy and Claire, and again, this one hasn't had the best ratings. People haven't liked this one as much, but I am enjoying it. I'm 50% of the way through, or around that, or 40-something% of the way through, like nearly 50% of the way through, and I am really enjoying it so far, but not getting the same feels as I got for the first 4 books. So yeah, so we're gonna go back to the book I'm gonna start with because this is the book I'm starting with. This book follows Raphael. My cousin's name is Raphael, so I should know. It follows a guy called Raphael who we meet in the first book, and I think we actually meet both of these characters in the first book. But Raphael is the cousin of our leading lady or leading man, one of the two. Either the main male character. I think it's the cousin of the male main character, but I might be wrong. I can't remember, I won't lie. But he has a kid, and so his nanny is a girl called Ellie, and we are going to see their love story play out. So I am intrigued, I'm excited, but I'm nervous. I will let you know during the course of this week how I'm feeling. Hello, first of all, I'm obsessed with this cardigan. TikTok Shop has some of the nicest things ever. So that's my little off-topic conversation, but let's quickly talk about Love Unwritten. I'm only 7% of the way through. Not even halfway, not even that much through. I'm only 7% of the way through. I'm on chapter 6, about to start chapter 6. And although I'm not that far through, I am enjoying it so far. I don't think it's going to be like my favourite read, but I am enjoying it. But I'm already going like, the fact that this is like 600 pages long is what's going through my head, like, why? So, yeah, but currently we're following Raphael and Ellie. Ellie is a stay-at-home nanny who is also a musician, and then Raphael is like an app designer, but he is Nico's dad. Nico is not I don't think dealing with divorce, like he's not as close as his dad, and it's a bit difficult, so, but he's really close with Ellie, and so we're kind of seeing like that dynamic at the moment, and I'm really hoping things get better. I mean, I am enjoying it, but I would like to see more. I don't know, I want to see more Raph trying with his son a bit more than anything, because it just feels like he's not trying as much. I can't remember to have my microphone on. I can't remember to put the effort to turn it on, so I've unplugged it for now. I am currently reading Love Unwritten still. Obviously, I'm not going to finish this in a day. It's like chunky, but I'm like nearly 40% of the way through, which is a good chunk to read considering I've only read on my lunch breaks and in 4 days. So if I'd been reading at home as well, I probably could have got to like 60% at least. So then I'm going to have to put this book on hold after tomorrow's lunch breaks, because I'm doing a 24-hour read one this weekend, and I don't really want to read this for this video. Like, if it gets to the point at the end of the readathon and I have like an hour left, I'll pick this book up. But yeah, I am thoroughly enjoying this book. I can't believe it took me so long to read it, but I just couldn't stop laughing because Nico is trying to say blackmailing, but he said blackboarding, and it was hilarious. Obviously he's a kid, so it's different, like he just doesn't know the difference, and like we all knew when we were kids. But I remember when I was in year 2 at school, when I put my middle finger up, I didn't know it was rude, and someone was like saying, "Why are you swearing at me?" And I was like, "What are you talking about?" And I found out it was because I swore. So that was an interesting time. But yeah, I'm really, really enjoying this book. I can't believe it took me so long to pick it up. I feel like I'm a minority of people who like this book, because a lot of people I know did not like it. Anyway, I'm rambling. I've got like 4 minutes to read to finish this chapter, so I can actually get ready to go because I have rehearsals tonight. But I just wanted to update you a little bit. But hello. Okay, so I look a little bit messy. My friend is just doing its own thing. Hello. A bit of an update. 1 second. I'll move you a little bit. That's better. A little bit of an update. I have quite a bit of updates on both I keep forgetting my laptop's underneath. 2 books. First of all, let's talk about Taming 7. This is the 5th book in the Boys of Tommen series, and obviously I already said I was listening to it as an audiobook, and I'm going to try and get through it for this video. And you know what? I'm thoroughly enjoying it. Not as much as I've enjoyed the first 4. Redeeming Six and Saving Six are still my two favourite books of the whole series so far. 5-star reads all round, loved it. However, this book is good. I think it's gonna be like a 4-star because a lot of it is more Lizzie based, and I'm getting a lot more Lizzie and Gibbsy angst more than Claire and Gibbs's relationship. But I kind of expected not to get because I expected there was gonna be just a cutesy romance with a little bit of drama. But yeah, I don't know. I think we're learning a lot more about Gibbsy as the book goes on, and we just found something else out, and I'm like, oh. And it is good. I'm enjoying it so far. I'm at 82%, so I've got 18% left to go, and I'm kind of scared because there's still this much left. And if anyone knows, and I'm hoping it's not going to leave in a cliffhanger because we haven't got a new Karen Gibbsy book out yet. If there is going to be another one, I don't know. So currently the next book is Lizzie and Hugh's story. Feeling I'm going to finish it between tomorrow and Thursday because I'm listening to the audiobook whilst working. My manager knows I'm doing editing I have my headphone in during work. I'm not doing it against the will, but it just helps me focus. And surprisingly, listening to an audiobook really helps me focus. And then we're on to Love Unwritten. Ow, I can't pick it up. Now, I am thoroughly enjoying Love Unwritten so far. I'm 65% of the way in. I do think that it could be shorter. There's been a lot of times when you think there's progress, and then as soon as you think there's progress, they kind of fall out of progress again, and it's kind of like, And I'm like, you could have cut some of those chapters down. We didn't need to keep seeing the same thing happening over and over and over again, and made the chapter book shorter. So I do think this book could have been shorter. I do think it probably could. If it wasn't as long and I had finished it now, not based on what I've read, but if it was shorter, I probably could give it a higher rating. But right now it's sitting at a 3.5, 3.75 rating. Not because it's a bad book. I'm actually really enjoying it, but I think it's just a bit tedious getting the same thing. But I will see how the remainder of the book happens because I've still got 35% to go. Okay, we are literally going with my hair, my fringe being my face, my hair being like this. However, I have finished Love Unwritten, the bookmarks done because I ended up reading the rest of it on my Kindle because I just didn't want to hold the book. But I have literally spent the whole evening reading this book. I was really enjoying the first 60-70%, don't get me wrong. And don't get me wrong, even when I picked up my lunch breaks today and yesterday, I was like, and Monday, I was like, I'm really enjoying this because I thought maybe if I pick it up after the 24 hours of reading, I might not. But no, I still was really enjoying it. I was like, yes, I really enjoyed it, but it just got a bit boring. The ending got a bit boring. I feel like this could have been shortened, by 200 pages. I don't think it needed to be 600 pages long. I was genuinely just like, no. So I gave it a 3.5 star. I think it was good, and I think it had really the beginning had me hooked, and the first 70%, like I said, had me hooked, and then I got bored, and I was just basically skimming it to get it over and done with. So yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's probably, I don't want to say it's my least favourite Laura Asher book because that's not true. I really enjoyed, looks like it could be. Sorry, I put a poll up on Ellen and Catherine's Discord for an hour, so in the next hour I'll find out what book I'm reading next for this video, but I don't know, I'm torn and I'm really stuck between The Wingman, Wildside, and Slapshot, which is the third book in the DC Star series that I need to read. So I don't know what I'm picking up next, but like I said, this was a 3.5. I liked it, just wasn't my favourite. I think it didn't hit. The thing is, I actually wanted to read more of Julian and Dahlia's book, but I feel like we hit the relationship start at a very good state, like 70%, and I was like, oh well, I'm done now. I'm kind of done. There was a chapter that I was like, that could have been the epilogue, but it was still at least like 100 pages more after that. So yeah. Hello. Okay. It is the next day after finishing Love Unwritten, and I did tell you I'd let you know what book I picked to read next out of the three. So obviously we had the choice of The Wingman by Stephanie Archer, Slapshot by Chelsea Curto, or Wildside by Elsie Silver. I put a poll up on Ellen Catherine's Discord, as you know, and the winner by a huge mile was this book, Wildside by Elsie Silver, and I'm very glad it won because I didn't think I was going to like this book because I wasn't a fan of these characters in the previous two books when we've seen them, but I have enjoyed the first 7 chapters I've read on my lunch breaks today. Like, I really enjoyed it so far, and we haven't even heard. I don't know half of the story. I don't know the main thing that was going to happen, but I'm enjoying it so far, which is good. It is an Elsie Silver book, and if you have maybe followed the last few videos, you might have seen I have read 3 Elsie Silver books in this will be the 3rd Elsie Silver book I've read in the space of like 2-3 weeks. I read Off to the Races at the end of August, and then my 24-hour reading challenge, which I filmed at the beginning of September, I read a photo finish, and now in the middle of September, I guess you could say, I'm reading Wildside. So 3 Elsie Silver books in the space of about 3 weeks, I'm going to say, is mad. And anyone who knows me knows I do love her writing. I find it very easy to read, and it makes me want to pick the book up, which is always a good sign, because obviously you don't really want a book that's going to make you go, oh, I can't be bothered to pick it up. But I am really enjoying it. So we're currently following Tabitha and Reese. Tabitha's sister Erica moved in to like the place next door to Reese, and Reese was her landlord, and Erica has a son called Milo. Erica has an issue with prescription drugs and an addiction, and by the sounds of it, it's just kind of miscommunication between Erica and other people, because like Tabitha's under the whole impression of how like she's very close with Erica, and how like Milo is they all love each other, and Erica and Tabitha are really close. But then according to Reese, not according to Reese to tell Tabitha, but Reese says in a monologue that basically Erica's made Tabitha out to be like someone completely opposite to who she is. And so yeah, there's a lot of complications there. Right now we're witnessing them having to work out, because Erica's put on her will that she wanted Reese to have full custody, but put him down as legal guardian of Milo, which then means, Tabitha is not aware of this until she sees the will and doesn't understand why he is, and I guess we're gonna follow the story along to find out how and why. So yeah, I'm really, really enjoying this. Okay, sorry, I had to get my microphone because I felt like all you'd hear otherwise is my fan when I'm trying to talk, but I have done a little bit of a workout, so I'm really got really hot, and I'm about to put my fringe back, but I thought I'd talk first. It has been, I don't know when I last updated you, but it is time now just to have a reading evening, because I really can't be bothered to do anything else, and I don't like sitting there doing nothing. So I'm going to have a reading evening where I just read this book. I'm currently on chapter 10 of this book, so not that far in at all, and when I first picked up I was enjoying it, but because I haven't actually sat and read it since, I don't know how I'm finding it. So today is my test to see if I enjoy this book, and I'm going to read it. I'm going to get through this book. I'm obviously not going to finish it all tonight. It's a Sunday night. It's currently just gone 8:30. I'm watching YouTube. I was going to put Gilmore Girls on because I'm doing my Gilmore Girls rewatch, as well as my One Tree Hill rewatch at the same time. A bit of a mess, but it's fine. But I just want to watch some YouTube. There's some YouTube videos I want to watch. I'm currently watching Mickey Jo's Mickey Jo's 24-hour musical video, because I recently did one and it feels like so long ago, but it also feels like yesterday, and I just want to watch that. So I'm watching that. I don't know if I watch the whole thing because it's like a musical thing, and then I've got some reading vlogs I want to watch, so I might do that, and then I'll put One Tree Hill on probably before I go to bed. But I'm gonna get my Kindle because I'm reading it on my Kindle because it's just a little bit easier. I'm gonna sit, read, get comfy, and then just watch some YouTube. Why not? I feel like giving myself about an hour and a half to 2 hours of reading honestly is always a good thing, because it gives me like that kind of time to rewind before work tomorrow. And I've done quite a bit today productivity wise, so I'm pretty proud of myself for that. But yeah, it's time to sit and read. Hello. Sorry, I wasn't going to update you today. I really wasn't. But I have like a major update to give you. First of all, I've just finished the last episode of Summer I Turned Pretty. I'm hoping by the time you see this vlog, everyone who was watching the series has watched it. But oh my god, she chose Conrad! I mean, I don't know if I don't know why I'm surprised, because the book does show that, but I also was like, she said, Jenny Hannah herself said people might not be happy with the ending. I think now I know why, because we didn't get a wedding. But I am happy with the ending. I'm still happy that she chose Conrad. That's all I cared about. And this, I won't lie to you, drinking from this cup right now is literally iconic considering what I'm about to talk about. First of all, let's just quickly talk about Wildside. I don't really have anything to say about it, so I don't know why I say let's talk about it, because I've only read like 3 chapters since yesterday and not much has happened. I think the whole last few chapters have been basically about wrestling, and I don't care. The wrestling part is giving me the ick. It's giving me the ick. So I'm really ready to finish this book because I just don't want to read anything more about wrestling. So yeah, I'm not a massive fan of that section, but other than that, I am still enjoying the book. However, I have a biggest update in my life. I have finished releasing 10. I've finished releasing 10 in like a week. It's taken me a week to listen to all of that. Considering it took me months to finish Taming 7. and none of the other books I finished within a week. So yeah, this book, I loved everything about this book. Like, everything about this book I loved so much, and I just felt for both Lizzie and Hugh. There was some scenes that happened in this book and I was sitting at work listening to go, oh my god, I can't actually believe this is happening. Why the hell is this happening? What are you doing, Lizzie? Why? And like, I wanted to shout, I was like, no, I can't, I'm just at work. But it was so intense. It was so intense. So good. It was so good. So good. I'm giving it, if you couldn't guess, a 5 stars. But there's things on this cup that make sense now, pretty much. Not much, but like, yeah. And I just love it. I just love Lizzie and Hugh. We just got to the end and we've met, like, we've seen Hugh with his other love interest that you've seen in all the other books. So this book doesn't kind of like tally on with anything from the other 5 books, which I kind of expected it would. I kind of expected to see Shannon at Tommen and what happened at the end of Taming 7, but no. So hopefully we'll get that at some point, because I feel like I need it, because I need more of Lizzie and Hugh, and we're not getting them next. We're getting a freaking another Claire Gibson book, and don't get me wrong, I'm excited, but I want another freaking Lizzie and Hugh book, like, now. I also cannot believe I'm done with the Boys and Tommen books until the next book comes out. I feel like my whole life has just ended. What the fuck? What the actual hell? I feel like today's just been one emotional roller coaster because I finished that book that made me want to cry right now, and I finished it literally at 5 o'clock when I was finishing work. I then came home and put, what was I put on? Summer I Turned Pretty, the last episode ever. Like, what an emotional roller coaster I've been on today. So yeah, I do need to pick the next audiobook I'm going to read, and I don't know if it's going to be a fantasy or a romance. Probably a fantasy, and I've got loads of options. So I'm going to figure that one out maybe soon. But yeah, I will catch you up down when I'm either finishing this book or whatever, but hopefully by tomorrow I can finish. Hello! Okay, let me just put some lip balm on because my lips feel so dry. Oh my god. And there's hair in this now. Brilliant. Oh god, how do I get this out? Oh my god. Brilliant. That's a good start. My lip balm. Okay. I could have done this last night, but I was too tired. And I was like, no, let's just go to rehearsals and get through the evening. So, I'm actually here to end this vlog because we have finished Wild Side by Elsie Silver. I'm really happy I picked this book up, which means I've only got one more book of the series left to read, which is Wild Card. I'm not reading it anytime soon, probably. I feel like I'm not Elsie Silvered out, but I've read a lot of Elsie Silver books back to back. Like, I read Off to the Races, Photo Finish, and then this within a space of like 2 weeks with each other. So it's nice to have a bit of a break, but I do love her writing. And this book, like I say, I really enjoyed the writing of this book, and I enjoyed the characters in this book, and I did like the storyline, but I will say the wrestling part of the storyline gave me the ick, and it really, really impacted my thoughts on this book. For example, I think my main thing that annoyed, there was like a third act breakup. It wasn't even a third act breakup. It could have been a third act breakup, but it really wasn't. And it lasted a very, very, very brief period of time. And I think there's certain points this could have ended at a certain point, and instead it just continued. I just didn't really care. I got to the point where I started to not care about it. But I loved Tabby and I loved Reese, but I just didn't enjoy. I wouldn't say it's the worst book, but I think it's just not my favourite one of the series. And the wrestling part did give me an ick. Like, there was a point where they had, they made love. I don't know if that sounds more cringy than the actual word, but they made love and she asked him to wear his mask, and I was like, no thank you, that's just no. So yeah, it gave me the ick a little bit. However, I did enjoy it, but I gave it a 3.25 stars. Wasn't my favourite book I've ever read, and I think coming off the back of that the day before? Yeah, the day before I finished a 5-star read, I definitely think this just didn't hit as much as I hoped it would, but I still enjoyed it. I still enjoyed the writing, and Elsie Silver is still one of my favourite authors, either way. So, yeah, 3.25. But that does mean I finished the video, so let's just round up the rest of the books. We started the video off with Love Unwritten. I'm just about to double check what I gave, because it feels like ages ago since I finished it. It's only a week ago, but it feels like ages ago. I gave this book a 3.5 star. I really enjoyed it, but it just felt very long, and it got to the point where it started to get long. I was like, I don't care anymore. So yeah, 3.5 stars for this book. Don't hate it, didn't hate it, it was good. I think it was a good Lauren Asher book, just not my favourite of hers. So yeah, so I just saw a couple, but I hadn't been there, and now I'm like, oh, means there's a spider somewhere in this room, I don't know where. But yeah, could have been better, wasn't the worst. Could have been shorter, probably would have been higher rated then. And then we read Taming 7 by Chloe Walsh, or we finished Taming 7 as an audiobook. Because I think it was about halfway when I started this video of this book, and I didn't think I was going to finish it in this video, let alone pick up the next book and finish that, but I apparently did. I really enjoyed this book. I enjoyed Claire Gibbs' book. I think I did prefer the second half of the book when it got a bit more dramatic. The things actually started to happen and it was a bit more intense, and you could kind of see why everything that happened, and you can see it kind of gives you an inkling of Gibbs and Liz's relationship a bit more, and you kind of then see more into it a little bit in this book, but I mean, the whole book is a lot more about Lizzie than it is about anyone, and Lizzie and Gibbsy rather than Claire and Gibbsy. But yeah, it is it's a heartbreaking ending of the book, but it's a Chloe Walsh book, it's a Boys of Summer book. I don't know what else to expect, especially when their story is not really concluded. And I say concluded like that because I know that Johnny and Shannon are getting another book, but their books, the ending of it was kind of like a happier ending for her. So yeah, I gave this book a 4-star because I still love the story and I still love seeing Gibbsy and loved getting Gibbsy's point of view and enjoyed Claire's point of view. Hello, Jesus Christ. So my mum is hoovering. She chooses when I have to start filming to hoover. But I really enjoyed their book. And I did enjoy like getting Gibbs's point of view, and I really like Claire. I think she's the light that we kind of need in these books. Like if you read the other books and you see Claire, you kind of feel like she's giving that kind of light that you kind of need out of the darkness. And when you read Liz's book, you can kind of see why in some ways you feel like Lizzie might need that. But yeah, but 4-star. And then we also listened and finished Releasing 10 by Chloe Walsh, which is at the moment latest book of the Boys of Summer series, and I did go down a rabbit hole on TikTok to find out that the next book she's bringing out is another Lizzie Huey book, and I'm so excited because I think they might be one of my favourite couples. I don't know, like, I love Joey and Aoife. They are literally my favourite couple out of them all, but these two are my second favourites. There is a moment in this book where you like Lizzie comes to the conclusion when she knows there's going to come a time when Claire is going to be put in the middle of having to make a decision between Lizzie and Gibbsy, and she knows it already, which I think, but she's just holding on to hope that it will never come to that. But I gave this book a 5-star. I loved it so much. I just love Lizzie and Huey. I loved getting Lizzie's backstory because it made you understand her more and understand why. Like, I won't lie to you, it didn't cross my mind in the last 5 books that she had bipolar. And that is not a spoiler because on the back of this book it says it. Okay? It didn't cross my mind because no one else apart from Hugh knows that she has bipolar. Like, she hasn't made it clear. I don't know if like Claire and Shannon now know. I did, but at this point, like, she hadn't like shared it with the whole crowd. So how is she then to know? How are we to know until it's her book? So you kind of have some kind of. I feel like you get it's like a character development story, like Nesta's was. Like throughout the first few books of ACOTAR, you don't like Nesta. You get to her book and you love her. Same with Lizzie. I have fallen in love with Lizzie, and I think she might. I think she might again go up there with one of my favourite female characters. I think if I was to choose my favourite like main female characters from each of the books, not like these side characters, it probably goes Aoife, because I just love Aoife, Lizzie, Shannon, Claire, because yeah. And then my favourite boys is Joey, Hugh, Johnny, Gibbsy. But I love Gibbsy. Like, it's really hard to put Gibbsy down that below because I love Gibbsy. But like, yeah, I just found this book so cute, and I loved the way Hugh did everything to protect her, and he was able to look past everything except that something she did, which very, very valid. Because like a lot of it was like he knows it's not her, like she's going through a lot of crap. So I just loved how much he was there for her, and even after everything happened, he still protected her and still was there for her, and it was just my heart literally. I feel like they went out of all of the couples. Like obviously Joey and Shannon went through a lot of shit growing up. That's not me saying that they didn't go through it, but as a couple, they went through a lot at such a younger age because this book is set before Binding 13. So as a couple, these two went through way much more together at such a young age that it's like, how are they still going? So yeah, I can't wait for the next book. I kind of also can't wait for the next Claire and Gibbsy book because I'm hoping we'll get more Claire and Gibbsy. I'm just excited. And then obviously I read Wild Side, which I gave a 3-star, 3.25 stars. But yeah, so that is the end of this video. I've been chatting for 10 minutes, so I'm going to stop yapping. But if you did enjoy this video, then please give it a thumbs up, please comment down below, please subscribe, and I will see you again very soon with another video.